All right, so this is going to be about troubleshooting calls that aren't going out. So one of the first things you want to do, let's make sure you're doing it from here, or if you're doing it from here, I guess. You want to make sure everything is populated and selected. I just selected a couple things real quick for this example, but make sure you have a voice. You can see that it's highlighted like that. Make sure you have the agent named. Make sure you have a calendar selected. And keep in mind, if you're testing out of here, the functions won't work, right? So it will not book into a calendar. If you're using custom variables like this, it won't actually reference the custom variables. It will say something like first name, address, right? These are only going to work once they're live in a campaign. It will not work from this section. And then this is optional. You don't have to have this. So it's 100% up to you. But if you go to test the call, and you have your number in here, you hit test call. What you want to make sure of is, like I said, all those are done. If that doesn't work for whatever reason, best practice is going to be go ahead and right click this, hit inspect. If you have a Mac, I think it's still inspect. But you'll hit that. You're going to go to network. You're going to send off that call, just like that, and you're going to see something that says do call O. You're going to click that. And you want to see what the status is. You go to preview, you go to headers. If it says 200 OK, that means the call is actually going out on our end. Right? The call is sending out. And it could be your phone blocking it. It could be the carrier blocking it. It could be a number of different things, but the call is functioning. If you see something else here, some kind of error, I'm just going to pause real quick. Probably going to see that in the response section. So you'll see not success right here. So if that's the case, go ahead and send a screenshot in via a ticket, or if you have premium access, send it through a Slack channel, and we'll figure out the issue. But this is the best way to make sure it's not something you're doing wrong. Same goes for if you're doing this out of like a batch call, for example, as well. So we'll go to batch calling right now. And the one thing here, and I see everybody make this mistake when they're testing out of batch calling, is you'll select an agent, they forget to hit display info. If you don't hit display info, it basically shoots off with like nothing. Right? There's no payload, there's no information for it to call with. So you got to make sure you have that. Then you're going to select your either tag or list. It's still going to say tag for both. Right? But if you're doing contact, you're going to select contact. This will drop down all the lists in the contact section. Right? So assuming we're using Go High Level, you'll select your tag. We'll just put it. And I just blurred out my contact information, but you should see a contact populate right here. You're going to see a name, you're going to see an address, you're going to see a phone number. Make sure you see a phone number, make sure it's the right phone number. You might be calling the wrong phone number. Also, make sure if you're doing, again, this from batch calling, you're going to have one selected and one selected again. If these are blank, it won't call. You'll do the same thing that I showed earlier with the inspect. Always make sure you do that before you send off the call. If you do it after, it's not going to get the log, basically. So then we'll send off a call. And again, you're going to see that do call. Get it? You click that, and you're going to be looking for the same thing. Right? You want to see the 200 OK. That means it fired off on our end. You want to see the call successfully queued in both of these sections. So if it's not showing those, you're going to see an error code right here, and that's what you want to submit in a ticket.